things to say before I get into this video. First, I want to try to upload weekly, so there's that. Second of all, I'm going to be trying to upload some game review videos. These don't have to be just game review videos in general. Yeah, that one's pretty good. I'll change this to that. So, this week's, little game review video is going to be Bloxburg. Now, I'm going to judge it off of around 3 categories. It's going to range from, how you play with other people, UI interface, which is user interface, gameplay, and how you spend your money on it. So, let's start with how you can play with friends, shall we? So, playing with friends is very easy in this game. There is the family mechanic, which I think is really great, where you can set a certain amount of privileges. So, that allows, so if you just want someone inside your house, you can make them a guest. If you want them to spend a little bit more money and stuff, you can make them a roommate. If you really want to make them good, with you, you can make them a co-owner, which I think is personally really great. So, yeah. I personally think that it's great, and it can also be a one-time thing, which is also quite cool, I think. Here, shoot this whole Roblox sign. Yeah, so, I really like that. So, yeah. So I'm gonna talk about the gameplay next. So the gameplay of Bloxburg can be split up into 3 main areas. There's living, in which you do like chores and stuff, like you have to watch TV to keep the fun up. So you watch TV, you can read books and stuff, and then that takes away from your energy, so you got to sit down on the couch. So I think that's great. So I personally think that is a lot of, well, not a lot of interactivity, but it's enough interactivity for a person like me who wants to, have a little user interface, but I don't not to the point where I have to click every 3 seconds to make my character blink, or not so simple where take 2 steps to get your daily exercise in, because then that just feels a bit, pointless. But this is really, I quite like this. So the second one would be working. Working is how you make money in this game. There's a variety of different jobs, which is very nice. They can range from clicking to pressing the E button to pressing the W button. Okay, that's a joke, but you can be a pizza delivery person. You can be a hairstylist. You can be a grocery shop employee. You can be a janitor and stuff. And that all feeds into our final one I'm going to talk about for the gameplay section, the building. So, building and purchasing. I'm going to just demonstrate one of the jobs here real quick. So as you can see, I'm wearing the uniform, I'm an employee. So you would come over here, they tell you what you want, and then you can click these little arrows to change it. And then, if I go into work here, you can see I've made $21 from doing that, so... No. I want to change the hair, what? So, as you can see, I made $42, so I make around $21 to customer. So then, all you gotta do to get paid is, I just do that. So then, all you gotta do to get paid, if you leave the premises, then you can see I get paid $63, which goes down to that little cash thing down there. So, the final thing in the gameplay section is building. So in this, the whole point of getting money is not only to feed yourself and buy stuff to keep yourself happy, but to make a house. So you get a base starter house full of kind of bad items, and then you work your way up to getting like quite nice items and stuff. So and then you can completely tear down the starter house and make your own one. Like this person right here, they've made 3 houses on their own property, which I think is really cool. There's mansions and stuff. Like, even look at the house across from me. I could never build something like that. I find that very, very cool. So yeah. So, I'll give you a demonstration of it. One second, let me just park my bike here. So, you're gonna click on this little house item, build mode, and then you can build stuff like doors and fence gates, and you can get gardens and paths and stuff. And then there's decorate, which is all the fun stuff is, like tables and plumbing and pool items and stuff like that. So, you can zoom in. Like, as you can see here, I got like a little TV, I got a monitor in this little bedroom section. I've even made a whole, like, another room over here, like drums and a cactus and its own TV and a treadmill. And you can look it up. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amazingly designed, good-looking Bloxburg houses, which I find very cool. I'm just going to talk about the user interface very quickly. It's very simple. It's mostly just clicking and stuff like that. I think the most complicated it ever gets is when you're cooking and when you're doing jobs and stuff. So it's really just like pointing and clicking. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. You can also get skills in this game. So you can cook your own food. If you go over, so if I go over to my fridge here, I can take ingredients so I can make like hot dogs and gelatin cakes, bacon and eggs, stuff like that. And then as you get more leveled up, the things cost more, but you can get more stuff. Like there's chocolate cupcakes, red velvet cakes, cupcakes, and apple pie. Oh my god! I'm gonna demonstrate that by making pork chops real quick. So you press buttons to correspond with actions. So the user interface is very nice, very clean, doesn't really have its own distinct style, but it's very simple to understand. So I feel like it gets the job across. The only thing I could really ask for was not to have a bunch of menus. Like you have 3 menus down here, which open up into 3 more menus, which then has just a list. So, not saying not to make it complicated, but like, please, not so many lists. So then I'm just gonna really quickly talk about the monetization system. So the way they do this is very cool. So here it is. So it's just little things like advanced placing, larger plot, multiple floors, basements, excellent employees. There is one small little thing. Certain items are locked behind a paywall, and this isn't direct. So if I go in here, you see this little tab down here, buy Bloxbooks. Now you can get Bloxbooks anywhere except $20 worth of daily rewards after playing for 5 days in a row. Certain items you can only get with Bloxbooks, which, I mean, it's not bad. Just kind of wish that, like, you know, there was an option where Bloxbooks was like this thing where you could get a cheaper prices on things, like, oh, sure, this thing costs 500 regular dollars, but, you know, this thing costs 500,000 regular dollars, but it only costs 500 in Bloxbooks, and that's only like a 400 Robux, so, you know, you can only get this really quick rather than having to grind, which I think was really cool, because that means that people who initially paid don't have to pay again, and it means that people who are up to the challenge can grind their way and still get the items. None of the game passes, I think, are too overly priced. They're all pretty fair, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's pretty good. So, out of it all, I'd rate the user interface 4 out of 5, I'd rate the gameplay 5 out of 5, I'd rate the monetization about a 3 out of 5, and I think that was everything, yeah. Anyways, so overall about a 16 out of 20. Please play the game. Do keep in mind it is a 25, you have to pay 25 Robux to get in. It is one of the most popular games on Roblox, and I can definitely see why. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!